What is up, Copy Squad? Coming to you live on Facebook from Delray Beach, Florida, per usual. I have a question for you. How do you spell per usual in a text message? I've tried, and it always comes out very awkward, and then I have to explain what it was I just wrote. Never makes sense. People are like, what the hell are you talking about? And then I have to start just saying per usual, and then people don't even get the joke at that point. Okay. So, what I want to talk about today are my two favorite key ingredients to having a very successful career. And this is especially true in copywriting, but I think it's kind of true in everything. And what caused this was a YouTube comment that I got this morning or today or sometime. And I'm not picking on this guy. I love to call out the comments and the emails that I get and use them as examples because they make me think. So a lot of times these people are either asking a question I hadn't considered, or they're challenging a thought process that I just assumed to be true and hadn't really considered their point of view until it was put in front of me. And the question I got was on my video about how to easily get a job at Agora Financial. And the comment basically said, look, I watched the entire video, and I'm still no wiser about how to get a job at Agora Financial. How do I get a job? You never told me. And for me, my mind was I spent the whole time, there's several minutes where I talk about exactly how I got in contact with Agora Financial, my job interview process, and then accepting the job. And to me, it was crystal clear, right? I just emailed somebody. I said, hey, man, give me a job. And he didn't respond. So what did I do? I Wolf of Wall Streeted his ass, right? Oh, before I forget, I have to do this every time, and I'm getting really bad about it. Before I forget, if you are actually trying to become a successful copywriter, I am writing a book. It's coming out soon, called Take Their Money. It's going to basically decode the language of copywriting, because copywriting is not a how-to. If you want to sign up for my email list, it's kylethewriter.com/swipe, and that should be coming out in a week or two, and I'm really excited about that. But yeah, that's just before I forget, because I always forget to pitch it early. So anyway, I Wolf of Wall Streeted Joe Schrafer, the publisher at Agora. I just basically I bumped him. BUMP was capital, BUMP was the email I sent back. I was like, respond to me. I want a job, give me a job. And eventually he did, and it was sort of on accident. So then I was like, hey, I got your attention, give me a job. And I basically just kept saying, hey, give me a job. And the whole plan I had all along was to steal the Agora Copy Camp training to learn copywriting, and then go write my own copy as a freelancer until I got to Agora. And man, my whole life changed, and I got to work beside my heroes. I got to meet them and write letters for them, and that was I'm so grateful to Agora now. I couldn't imagine just stealing the copy camp and leaving. But anyway, I think that guy totally missed the point. And I can sum it up in something that I mentioned in that video about how to get a job and how to have a pretty successful career, incredibly successful career. Let me take that back. There are two things that I believe to be true that are very important. And I got these two things from Steven Pressfield, who wrote the book The War of Art, probably one of my favorite books of all time. And the sequel is called Do the Work. And that's where I got these two ideas from. He said, an artist's greatest allies. I haven't gone back and verified this, but I'm pretty sure this is how it went. An artist's greatest allies are stupidity and arrogance. Stupidity and arrogance. And he says it a couple times in the book. Stay stupid. When I emailed Joe Schrafer and said, give me a job, I had no idea who this guy was. I had no idea what Agora Financial was. I had no idea what I was walking into. I was an idiot, as I am most of the time when I just try new things. I'm trying these Facebook Lives. I have no idea what's going to work. I have no presumptions about what's going to work. I'm going to just do this, and then I'm going to hammer on the things that I see are working. And I accept that I'm stupid. I accept that I'm pretty lazy. And I often kind of just copy things that I see are working and then make them my own. Right? I do not consider myself some sort of super genius. I consider myself pretty stupid, and it's worked out really well for me because I just do, right? If this guy wants to get a job, why doesn't he just say, hey man, give me a job? He said in the comment he wants to be an affiliate guy. Go on LinkedIn or go on Facebook and say, does anyone know an affiliate guy at Agora? And then I would get that dude's name and I would say, hey man, I want a job. I would just do that. There was a book they gave us in Copy Camp called Obvious Adams. And it's a 50-page book, and it's about this guy they call Obvious Adams. He's a fictional businessman. And he became like super successful because he just did the obvious things that everyone else was too smart to think of. Like, Obvious Adams wanted a job at XYZ company, so he went to the CEO and said, hey, give me a job. And that CEO was like, so like, what the I don't remember exactly how the story went, but it was basically like, you just be stupid about it, and you just go do the obvious thing. If you want a job, go ask for a job. And I think that's been like critical for becoming a really good copywriter, is to stay stupid, right? And the two things are stupidity and arrogance. And arrogance is like a double-edged sword. You don't want to be disrespectful. You don't want to be a jerk, right? But you want to have that quiet confidence that the worst case scenario is not bad. The worst case scenario is they say no. The worst case scenario is it takes another year, I have to get more experience, I gotta go try something else. The worst case scenario, I can stomach, I can stand, I can take it, right? And I read a lot, okay? So another lesson I'm going to go off script here. I was reading Thinking Fast and Slow, and that book is taking me forever to get through. It's a very dry book. And one of the things they said in there is that people cannot stomach disappointment. I did a video about this, about the big 4 things I'm writing about in the book are new, easy, safe, and big. And I said, safe is very important. All you got to do is convince someone that your product is pretty damn safe, and they will take, like, instead of people would rather have a 100% chance at $80 than an 80% chance at $100, because they would rather have the safer option. And in the book, they say people cannot stomach disappointment, because that 20% chance that they don't get the $100, right? It's 80% chance at 100, or 100% chance at 80. Okay, those are the 2 options. Well, they're so scared of that 20% chance that they won't get 100 that they'll take a lower payout. People are so loss averse. People cannot stomach disappointment. And that's one of the keys to the arrogance, is you have to be like totally cool and comfortable about the worst case scenario. And that comes to promotions and writing copy too. If you're serious about being a copywriter, you have to be able to stomach disappointment. You have to be prepared to spend a month on a sales letter that might not work, right? You have to be prepared that things go wrong. Your best marketing ideas might be flops. And you can kind of train yourself as best as you can to be ahead of that. You can basically do like the big 4 things that I'm talking about that help you sell anything very well. Like, if you can hit these big 4 emotions, you can really get someone riled up to buy. But if your big idea misses, or if your offer is just untimely and they don't care about it right now, like there's other factors that can come into play. I go over all this stuff in the book that's coming out. It's called Take Their Money. You can go to kylethewriter.com/swipe to get on the email list, and I'd be happy to give you updates. I think that's coming in like a week. I'm waiting for my beta readers to finish it up. I'm hoping over the weekend I get like 2 or 3 of those guys to send something back. Then I'm just going to go through last-minute revisions, and I'm going to get that sucker out there. I've already started writing my sales page up. I got a little, like, half-a-page sales letter. I don't really think I need to make, like, a full sales letter for you, because most people who buy in this book already know me and trust me. So, so as far as writing copy that converts, you can prepare yourself, right? And that's what people do. They become info junkies. They become, like, course gobblers, right? They spend like $2,000 on this and that. I give away my swipe file for free. Whenever you sign up for the email list, you get the swipe file for free, right? And that's okay. I give away all this information for free, right? Someone said something like, all the other copywriters just tease with excitement and hype. You actually give away content. Yeah, cool. The thing is, most people don't take action because people are horrified of disappointment. Think about your last jealous boyfriend or girlfriend. A person who is jealous isn't like mad that you're doing anything wrong. They are so fearful of the disappointment that they might experience if you did do something wrong that they are crazy, right? So that's how bad the idea of disappointment can rattle your brain. And that's why in the big 4 emotions, safe is very important. I say safe is second most important to new. If it isn't new, no one's going to pay attention. If it isn't safe, they're going to go to an alternative that claims to be safer, because they would take a lower payout for that extra added safety. Let's bring it all full circle now. So the 2 most important things, I think, if you want to have a good career are stupidity and arrogance. That is, you're too stupid to know what might not work. You're too stupid, like, self-awareness is a double-edged sword. I'm okay with, like, humility and being humble in some context, but you need to be stupid enough to say, like, I can have that job. If that person can do it, I can do it. You need to be stupid enough to think that about yourself, right? And that also couples with arrogance very nicely. But you're not a dick. Like, I don't get on the lives and tell everyone they're not as good as me and they'll never be me and blah, blah, blah. No, I encourage you to be the opposite. I encourage you to be arrogant enough to say, if Kyle can do it, and Kyle had no experience when he got hired at Agora, and Kyle just sent an email that said, hey, hire me, I can do it. For you probably have read more copy, done more things with copy, had freelance clients, gotten a customer online or something like that, and you've done all that. You're more qualified than me. Be arrogant. Be stupid and be arrogant. I think that's really the keys to success. What up, Dan? Thanks so much for typing in the link there. I'm going to go ahead and say right now, if anyone has any questions, please do drop them. Also, if you're serious about learning how to write copy that converts, definitely get on the email list right there, kylethewriter.com/swipe, and I'll send you that information in the book, which should be coming out in like a week or so. I really don't have much else. I really think it was like enlightening to see that dude say, you didn't tell me how to get the job. And I was like, bro, you got to take action. And there's no guarantees that you're going to get the job. Like, there's no guarantees at anything, man. Well, whenever someone gets on a knee and proposes to a girl that has sworn up and down forever, oh, we're going to get married and have babies, and then all of a sudden she gets cold feet or something like that, could happen, right? You're always taking risks in life. Like, nothing's guaranteed, man. Like, take imperfect action. I say it all the time. I totally respect people who just get out there and do, right? And that's what people who do. I'm immature as shit, right? You see how stupid I am? So anyway, that's what I'm saying, man. Just do something. Just go out there, take imperfect action. If you want a job, go get a job. Do the obvious thing. Be stupid and arrogant. Say, hey, man, when's that book ready? Waiting with bated breath. Thanks, Dan. It's with beta readers right now, and I swear I should get 1 or 2 copies back this weekend. And I'm probably just going to take whatever suggestions I get, implement those right away, and try to get this sucker out next week. Today's date is January 24th. So 25th will be Friday. Man, I'm hoping before February that sucker is in your hands. All right. So that's all I've got, squad. I really hope this was helpful. And I'm trying to inspire and educate at the same time. And, but that's part of the process. I don't know if this stuff will work. I don't know if you're getting anything out of this. I don't know if I look like a big dummy on a lot of these things. It's part of it, man. Just stay stupid, take imperfect action, try things. It's part of being a creator. It's part of being a copywriter. And like, you just got to do, man. I'm talking in circles. I always do that thing at the end. What about the insider circle? Oh yeah. Insider circle. What insider circle are we talking about? Are we talking about like a potential like back-end product or something like that? Or something where what does that mean? Insider circle. I'll hang out, answer this question, and then I'm going to bounce, because I think I'm going to start talking in circles really soon. You know, your coaching program, Insiders. Okay, coaching program. I think one of the things I might want to do, and it's like somewhere, like I'm enjoying this instruction stuff, and I may build my own copy team, and I think this would be a great platform to start hiring people from, because I only want to hire people that are bought into my message and bought into my system. One of the hang-ups you get with hiring like really experienced guys who think they already know everything is you kind of be fighting against the tide there sometimes, where he's got one way to do it and I got one way of doing it, and then we never get on the same page, and then nothing ever gets done. So I think I may start using this as a platform. In 2019 it's possible, I'm not going to say tomorrow, but in 2019 it's very possible that I start grabbing people from the like YouTube channel and from the Facebook Lives, and seeing if they would like to maybe join me on a copy team. That's possible. So let's gauge interest, right? Maybe drop in the comments if anybody would be interested in that. maybe you'd have to relocate to Florida. I don't know the specifics yet. I'm remote right now. Maybe I'll start my own office. I don't know, man. That's the thing, dude. Now we're bringing it full circle. I could start my own office, right? What authority do I have to start my own office for Agora Financial? That's that stupidity and arrogance I'm talking about. If I just don't know my limits, you would be fucking surprised to find that in like a couple months I could have my own office, right? And it's just that stupidity and arrogance. I don't know what I don't know, and I just kind of go do what I want to do, right? So that's all I want to impart to you in this video. How is Delray? It's a little muggy. It rained today, but it is 71 degrees according to the car temperature, so it's hot. All right, that is all I got, Copy Squad. I do appreciate everyone who tuned in, and I will see you tomorrow. Sign up for the email list, kylethewriter.com/swipe. In general, to live, how is Delray to live? Oh, it's fantastic, dude. I live, it's a nice area. It's hot. We're pretty close to the beach. I've only been once, but, really amazing. Yeah. You should come check it out, man. We'll have a drink. Let me know. Hit me up on Facebook. All right, Copy Squad. Peace out.